Winning actor in the United States, now in the spotlight in the investigation into drug kingpin El Chapo. Sean Penn reporting for Rolling Stone magazine the details of how he secretly met with Mexico's most notorious drug lord, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, while the cartel leader was a most wanted fugitive. Sean Penn had help, a television actress from Mexico, made the arrangements for the meeting, and like Sean Penn, kept it all secret. Mexican authorities are looking to speak with both of them. We have details from our Nick Valencia near Mexico City.
Quiero dejar en claro el contenido de esta entrevista es exclusivo para la señorita Kay del Castillo y el señor Sean Penn.
For the first time, we hear from the drug kingpin himself. Despite being on the run, the drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman agrees to an interview with actor and activist Sean Penn, a cinematic plot twist to an already surreal story.
Pues yo lo que hago es defenderme nada más, pero que yo ande buscando problemas, jamás.
In a report for Rolling Stone, Penn writes, the pair met face-to-face in October 2015, 3 months after El Chapo's brazen prison escape. According to Penn, the meeting happened somewhere in the middle of a Mexican jungle and included tequila and tacos, his irrational fear of being watched by armed drones, and being surprised by El Chapo's, quote, chivalry. These clips are part of replies to follow-up questions from Penn sent to a Guzman representative who asked the questions off camera.
Bueno, de la edad de 15 años en adelante, de donde yo soy, que es el municipio de Badiraguato, yo me crié en un rancho que se llama La Tuna. Por allá hasta la fecha no hay fuentes de trabajo.
The meeting, Penn says, was brokered by Mexican actress Kate del Castillo. It was 2012 when del Castillo reportedly developed a friendship with El Chapo after posting a series of tweets critical of the Mexican government while celebrating the notorious drug trafficker. Del Castillo has not commented since publication of the Rolling Stone article Saturday night. CNN has reached out to her. Their communication continued over the course of the next 3 years, even after the 2014 arrest of El Chapo that landed him here at the Altiplano Penitentiary. They stayed in touch via BlackBerry messages and letters, and it was that relationship between Del Castillo and El Chapo that eventually led to the meeting between Sean Penn and the notorious drug lord. It was a month of backdoor dealings that included encrypted messages, disposable phones, and even clandestine communications with El Chapo's associates. In a 2-minute clip posted to Rolling Stone's website, El Chapo talks candidly about drug trafficking, violence, and his role in it all.
Bueno, eso es una realidad, que las drogas destruyen. Desgraciadamente, como le comento, por donde yo me crié, pues no había otra manera, ni hay, de sobrevivir y pues no había otro camino como cómo llevar a cabo nuestra economía para poder vivir.
A senior Mexican law enforcement official tells CNN they want to question both Del Castillo and Penn, specifically about the location where the meeting took place. Nick Valencia, CNN, Almoloyo de Juarez, Mexico.
And according to the article written by Sean Penn during his 7-hour interview with El Chapo, the drug lord boasts about trafficking more heroin, cocaine, and marijuana than anyone else in the world. Guzman, of course, no longer at large. You see him there apprehended by the authorities. Mexican special forces tracked him down and recaptured him after a firefight just about 48 hours ago. Federal prosecutors in Mexico have said that they have started the process to extradite him to the United States, where he is a wanted man facing charges in 8 different states. Yohan Grillo joins me now from Mexico City. He's a journalist. He's the author of several books, including the upcoming Gangster Warlords. Also with us from Los Angeles tonight, Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst. Thank you both for being here. Joey, to you first. What could Sean Penn face legally in the United States or in Mexico, at least being compelled to testify?
Poppy, good evening to you. I don't see the criminal liability at this point without more. Remember, what we're speaking about is we're speaking about a person who was on a journalistic mission. I mean, one could argue, if you're his defense attorney, Sean Penn that is, that he has performed quite a service in that he has gotten El Chapo to admit to numerous things about his background, about his history, about his dealings, and to come clean. And to the extent that he now, El Chapo, is in the jurisdiction of the Mexican authorities and facing prosecution, this could be valuable information moving forward. But if you're talking about a prosecution, there's not a crime, and it's not a crime to speak to a fugitive. It's not a crime to take a picture with a fugitive, as we're looking there. There needs to be some kind of aiding, abetting, assisting, or providing material support. So without having any other knowledge as to how he would have done that, simply going and speaking to him while potentially morally reprehensible, he's an international fugitive, what is Sean Penn thinking? Without more, I just don't see the criminality in terms of obstructing justice, hindering prosecution, harboring a felon, or anything that would meet the elements of the statute as they're written at this point.
Yoan, what do you make of the fact? I mean, you've covered these drug kingpins, including El Chapo, for years and years. What do you make of the fact that he granted this interview to Sean Penn?
I think it's very interesting. It shows this kind of weird merging of fantasy and reality that has been the Mexican drug war. On one side, you've got an actor who's played gangsters. He played Mickey Cohen in the film Gangster Squad. And then you've got a gangster who there's films being made about him. And they're both kind of enamored with each other. Also, perhaps Guzman really wanted to meet Kate del Castillo, the soap opera actress who brokered this. And she played also a drug queenpin in this soap opera. And, many drug traffickers like to watch that. They like to watch these movies about themselves.
Joey, why would he say all of these things, including on camera? That 17-minute video you just saw some of in Nick's piece that can be admissible in his trials here in the United States. Why would you do that?
It certainly would be admissible. I mean, these are admissions about who he is, about his background, about why he engaged in the trade, no other way to survive. And so you would have to think, I mean, there is another film that is out there that deals with a Colombian drug lord that was very popular. Potentially, maybe he wants a film to be made about himself to restore or resolve his legacy. A lot of good things have been said by people there about him being Robin Hood and giving to the community. And so who knows psychologically what he was thinking as far as what this could lead to. But from a legal perspective, obviously, Poppy, we tell people all the time from a defense perspective, don't say anything to anyone at any time. And so these are damning admissions. And to the extent, again, that he now is in the custody of authorities, whether he'll be prosecuted in Mexico or the United States remains an open question, but the fact that he was talking cannot at all assist in any defense.
And let's remember, obviously, the headlines here are Sean Penn, big Hollywood star, this drug kingpin apprehended. It's all on video, plays out like a movie in and of itself. But when you get down to why this matters, it matters because so many people die from drug addiction, and he facilitated that and enabled it on and on and on. So, Yoan, when you look at what really matters, which is that, does his capture do anything to slow the drug trade? Does it help? Or is his cartel, the Sinaloa cartel, so much bigger than just him as a figurehead?
Yeah, it's much bigger. I think in the drug world, you could compare the Sinaloa cartel to, say, Coca-Cola, the kind of leading brand. And like with Coca-Cola, if you took away the CEO, the company still works. You've got the people who are growing opium, which is made into heroin. You've got people who are making crystal meth. You've got the people trafficking out the United States, the people selling that. And that machine keeps on rolling every day. But really, you've got to look at the emblematic value of this. I mean, Mexico, the United States, you cannot allow a kingpin of this level to get away with this, to break out of the top security prison, to be flaunting his wealth, flaunting his power, talking to Hollywood actors. If you allow a kingpin to do this, what does it say to the young people growing up now, looking at their options on the Mexican streets? People who say, what can I do to get by in life? Do I want to be like the Mexican president, or do I want to be like Chapo Guzman?
Yoan Grillo, thank you very much. Joey Jackson, thank you as well. I do want to turn now to presidential politics. Donald Trump launching new attacks on Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, of course, ahead of him in the key state of Iowa right now. The focus right now of Trump's attacks, whether or not Ted Cruz will be eligible to be president since he was born in Canada. Before this, Trump famously questioned whether President Obama was actually born in Hawaii. Was he actually born in the United States? As